Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my live Facebook Sacred Heart Awakenings group. And for those who are watching on YouTube, welcome to my channel. I am here to share another love wisdom message for the week about energy and how when we are in very intimate romantic relationships, that energy also gets stuck on us. And so I want to discuss that in this message with you. For those who don't know, I'm Monica Bermudez, and I am an intuitive self-love energy healer. And just want to share some ways to help you clear from some of these energies from your past ex, your lovers, and just really take this into consideration and support for your journey, especially if you had previous heartbreaks. Because we are made of energy, we are constantly, when we are interacting with others, in some ways we are attaching these energetic cords. So especially if we find ourselves in very intimate relationships, such as being married or your significant other, you're with them constantly and daily. So whether there is a toxic relationship or not, all that energy itself penetrates you and it just gets stuck in your energy field, because they look like these energy cords that just get attached to you. And the minute that you're thinking about someone, you're also attaching those cords to the other person. So where your mind is, that's where energy goes. That is what many ancients have always said. So that is why it's important to know that we still carry some of these energies from these past lives, from past romance. So just being in this lifetime with so many of these past romantic relationships, we already are accumulating this energy and most likely carry some of this energy from these past lives, karmic lives, from many human lifetimes that we may have had here on earth. And so it gets stuck at a cellular level, and we're talking now the quantum physics and the energy field, and they could be so buried, so hidden at a subconscious level that we may not even be or realize that it's there. And it's sabotaging us in some ways, because it all ties in with some of our unworthiness and our self-esteem, and keeping our hearts closed as well because of these past traumas and these pains from these past lives. So I share this message because I've seen so many times where people don't take the time to really take a break after a breakup, to really know and understand what happened before they jump into another one. And usually we jump in with this desperation or this fear base of not wanting to be alone. And so then we end up being stuck in another pattern relationship where it looks like it's very similar to the previous one, but it's just a different body and a different name and just similar situation. And this is what I like to term as the reincarnated relationship. And so it goes back into that same pattern of same type unhealthy relationship that doesn't serve you again. But it's all because it was done in a rush, in a desperation, and not allowing yourself the time to really clear out the previous energy from your past lover, your ex, and still carrying some of that pain and that heartbreak in your cells and buried in there. There's so many movies out there, documentaries actually I like to say, that do tie in the scientific aspect of what I'm talking about. Yes, that's correct, Shri. That's correct, Shri. Thank you for being live here. It is self-reflection is very important that we do that. So talking about the documentary that ties in a lot of the scientific quantum physics level, and there's so many that are coming out now because there's so much of a massive awakening happening on the planet, and this is just the beginning. And there's so many energies this weekend as well, as we are getting near this portal of December 21st, that we're birthing our new humans and new humanity. And we're all coming in with new energy codes of activation and being upgraded to be more of ourselves. And as such, it's going to create a huge awakening for many who have been asleep for so long. And so it is, some of these documentaries that have been coming out, for example, if any of you have seen like The Secret, the Law of Attraction, it gives you many examples of how that also impacts our romantic relationships and what we do around us in our life, and how when we carry some of these other energies with us, it's almost like carrying these little baggages around with us. And it's time to just release and let go of those energies and those baggages and do like a relationship exorcism, I guess you can call it that. And more of a clearing of energy before jumping into another relationship in a rush, out of desperation or out of fear-based, or pressure, if somebody else, society itself does put a lot of pressure on people in, saying that you have to be married by this age, or you have to be with someone by this age. But the way things have been going with science, all of that has always been an illusion, and we can overcome all those things. Hi Karuna, thank you for being here. Yeah, so it's mind over matter, as we've seen in a recent documentary, science documentary, that's called Superhuman, Making the Invisible Visible. I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. But it just gives you the example of how when we meditate, how things manifest themselves. I mean, they had schools in other countries where they're teaching how to do telepathy. And then also teaching them how to move objects with the mind. So it's important for us to know the power that we have inside of us. We are ourselves superhuman. So there's no need to keep sabotaging ourselves and jumping into a relationship after another if you hadn't had the time to really heal and take the time for your own reflection. Which leads me into sharing some 3 sacred keys, simple keys, and ways to help you clear some of the energy, as well as take some time to heal. And the first one is that we've been talking about it, is about taking the time to reflect. So what does that mean, reflecting? Well, for one, you want to really look at you want to really look back at these past relationships that you've had and really understand the lessons learned from it. So don't fall into the victim pattern of, why, and focus too much on the victim of it, of the pain or the hurt, but rather just look at it from a creative angle as to why, what you needed to learn from that relationship. And then shift it into gratitude, being grateful for the lesson that you had received from it. That is very important, lesson from that, because that will also help you grow and expand to move to your next level of getting to know yourself better and who you are. It's like being in a school, right? And really, when we're here on the earth, this is a school. We're all learning. We're humans. We're living in this world of polarity, of duality, of the shadow and the light. And that is why we're here, because it is to help us grow and expand and learn, and to learn a different perspective of being human. And from that, we take those lessons And we see where it is that we need to correct ourselves, or where the patterns are as well. And so you start to see some of those patterns too. Yes, the universe is our university. I love that. Thank you for that. And so it really is like, for us, like when we learn a lesson, it's like going into this initiation, which is going to the next level of your understanding and practice. It is a growth for you. It's like a graduation, right? When you pass your tests, your exams in school or your university, like you said, the universe is our university. Then when you pass your exam, then you graduate from that school and you move on to your next level of your understanding. And see, as the universe is expanding, we're expanding as well. And there is scientific proof of that the universe is expanding. And so this is why number one is very important, to take that time to really reflect. But do it, with authenticity, with your own pace, of your own divine love pace, and really getting to know yourself. And don't jump into another relationship because somebody keeps asking you the question, so are you seeing someone? Are you dating someone? Are you with someone? And just know that the pace that is for you is the right pace for you. No pressure from anybody or society or anything. And you take all the time that you need for that, because this will also allow you to open your heart more and be more trusting of yourself too, by doing that, to getting to know yourself. And number two is also related somewhat to reflection, but it's meditation. So meditation, I see it as being a two-way communication. So the one way is visualizing your what you want to transmit to the universe, of what it is that you're trying to heal or getting answer for. Like it could be a question, right? And so then you allow your time for the receptivity. You allow a moment of stillness and silence to just receive the message from your guides, the message from universal source, divine source, to provide you with the right message that is right for you, of your own guidance. And so even if it's just allowing just a minute of just stillness or silence, just receive any type of impression. It could be an image, could be a word, could be a color, it could be anything. It's an infinite source of opportunities, because that's what the universe is. It's infinite. And even if you may not get it in that moment yourself, you may get it later through an idea or in a dream. And it all because in the dream, we are more in the receptive mode, and we allow ourselves to receive more. Because when we are conscious, of course, awake, then we get too much into this mental thinking mind of being too analytical. And that can also be a block on ourselves, where we are overthinking a situation. So rather than focusing too much on the pain of the past, it is better to just let it go and detach from that, and just allow yourself to receive your inner guidance of your own heart, of where it's leading you, and how to also allow yourself to clear from the previous energy that you've had from these past relationships. So number 3 is keep yourself grounded. Allow yourself to connect more with Mother Nature, and just stay doing more breath work and stay more present that way with it. And just allow yourself to be in the presence of the energy of the Mother Earth to hold you and to help you also clear some of the junk energy that you may have picked up from the previous relationships. So it's almost like your junk energy that is coming into the Mother Earth is being dumped like a fertilizer, and it just turns into other plants in your life that you're connecting with in the earth. And of course, giving gratitude to Mother Earth for allowing her to embrace you so that you're able to dump some of this energetic field that is around you into her and helping you stay grounded here on Earth. And this is also important because as more energies are coming into the Earth, we also want to start grounding a lot more. And it's just like the universal circuit board, right? If you're into science, because that's my background also, I have a scientific background for those who don't know. And so I usually like to use the analogy of a circuit board. Every circuit board electric component has to be grounded in some way. Otherwise, the energy will just go all over the place. And then you won't be... So it's the same thing with our human body. When it comes to us being here on Earth, we're living here on Earth. Our physical form body has some form of like particles that is part of Mother Earth as well. So we have to take that energy that is coming in from the cosmos, from the universe, and bring it into the earth to be able to ground it so that you can stay clear. And otherwise you'll be somewhere else and you'll be up in the heavens and your feet won't be on the ground. So that's really how it feels. It feels like your feet are not on the ground, but you're like somewhere else up in the air. So you definitely want to have your feet on the ground and be able to keep the energy contained within your own body and keep it focused so that you're able to have some of that clarity in your life as well, and to allow you to clear some of the energy from before and staying more focused on your goals, your new goals of getting into this new healthy relationship. And so just reading the messages here from Shri, and thank you so much for being here live and for your comments. And I hope that, you know, these 3 sacred keys or support are helping in some ways, and especially those who are watching in the future in the replay land. I welcome any comments and feedbacks you may have in regards to this, but these are very important ways to get started for you to help clear some of this energy. And a lot of these messages do come in at an intuitive, you know, level, what I need to share for the week of love wisdom. And I've been really reflecting on this, that how many layers we're carrying of energies from these past relationships that we've had, and including in our chakras level as well. Because chakras is one of the areas that I specialize in, one of my abilities that I help with clearing out a lot of the energy fields and the cells and the DNA level with my light language. But yes, so like when we are in intimate relationships, all of that gets in our chakras and everywhere in our body, in our energy field. And so if we don't really take the care and the time to really attend to our energy after, especially coming out of a relationship, it's just going to keep going back into the same pattern. And so you definitely want to take care of yourself and get to know yourself better in ways to be able to heal your broken heart and putting it back together so that you're able to build that trust. And usually when we go through a heartbreak, that really just literally just feels like our heart is shattered, right? For those who have been through a heartbreak. And I know many have been through one, even those who are married or, you know, have been broken up for a long time. The feeling of it is just, you know, the pain is really painful. And it's not something that we should be carrying around. So this is a time for us to really start healing, especially with these new energies that are coming in, and start letting go of the past hurts, pains, and relationships in our life. So I hope that it's helped you in many ways. So I hope to hear from your comments. And just remember to be your authentic self in the things that you do and speaking your own truth. And if there's anything that you feel that I can support you with, just reach out to me, either Facebook Messenger or go to my website. There's ways that I could support you to be able to reach through some of these energies and help you if you're feeling that your heart still feels closed and needs support and opening it. I will be happy to talk to you about it. And so I look forward to connecting with you in that way. Oh, and just to let you know a few announcements as well. For those who are watching on YouTube, please, thank you for subscribing and for sharing and for all your comments as well. And just to let you know that I am a guest. I've been invited as a guest to a radio show and a podcast. And it's Voice America. It's Love Light. And it's going to be live on January 15th, Friday, January 15, 2021 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time or 9 a.m. Pacific Time. And so I invite you all to tune in and listen. And I'll post the link again in my Facebook group so that you're able to connect with me when I go live on the radio show. And I'll be talking about relationships and heartbreaks and sharing with you some of the keys to be able to heal from that. So I do hope that you can join me in that, to tune in for it. And I look forward to connecting with all of you on that show. So thank you so much all for watching live and for your support and for being here, just being part of the group. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next Love Wisdom video. So sending you so much love. Take care. Thank you for sharing that, Shri. That's so awesome. But you were there talking about fit food relationship with thyself. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. I'm sending you all so much love. You take care.